Jason Alexander in one of my childhood memory movies known as Dunstan Checks In. I think this reaction explains exactly how I felt coming out of the movie theater.
Holy shit!
AfrAİd. Naming this movie AfrAİd with AI highlighted is like when Michael Bay made the movie Ambulance 2 years ago just so he could have LA highlighted in the titles of the movie.
Brilliant, brilliant, I tell you. Genius, I say.
The Curtis family is selected to test a new home AI device called Aya. Aya begins to learn and anticipate the family's behavior and needs. She makes sure that the family is happy and no one will get in the way of the family's happiness and safety, no matter what it takes. Oh boy. I don't even know where to start with this film. Do I call it a film or a movie? It's almost offensive to call this thing a movie because it's not in so many ways, and probably one of the worst movies I've seen in a long time. This is the most disappointing version of a story about AI could even be. This movie felt so lifeless, so boring, and it could have been so cool considering the topic and the themes that it wants to explore and the stuff that it's asking and the questions that it's asking throughout the film. But instead, it feels like it was written by AI. Like, it literally feels it was written by a computer.
Computer. Nothing. Computer. Do you see what I'm saying?
Chris Weitz is this director who I've never been a big fan of. He's done a few movies that are okay, but he also did About a Boy. That's probably his biggest contribution to the film world. And the thing about him as a director is that I don't know if he has a tone. I don't know if he has a style. I hate to say it, but a boring, basic director that doesn't really have a vision for how he visually tells stories. And that also includes the writing of his scripts. And when it's horrible, like it is in this film, it's cringeworthy.
Oh.
my God.
Like the first 30 minutes of the film, I was like, okay, I'm not like having high expectations for this film, but you know what? It might just be a little bit of a creepy AI cautionary tale, which we've seen 1,000 times before. We don't need another story like this. There's no sort of drive or ambition. I do ask myself throughout a lot of this movie, like, what's gonna happen next? And then what happens is so, like, just blah, boring. There's no good twists. I could, telegraph this film coming from a mile away. So all the twists in this movie, even though I was asking what's going to happen next, were very poorly executed and really didn't do a good job of hiding what the secret was going to be and the reveal was going to be. I have to say, if there's anything that's okay about this film, it's the actors, like John Cho, Catherine Watterson, and the rest of the cast. Like, they're good in the movie. They're not amazing. They're not, Academy Award-winning performances, but I wasn't expecting that. What they had to work with, they did a decent job of. When a script is this poorly thought out and not entertaining, it's hard to do that. So I give the actors their credit, but besides that, that is the only decent thing I can say about this film. The story is pointless. It doesn't really go anywhere. It kind of meanders all over the place at times. It tells all these different stories about how AI is either improving or making someone's life better, but then it's like a cautionary tale. The movie doesn't really know what to do with itself, or it doesn't really know what it's saying. So its thesis is, I don't know, AI is pretty crazy. That's like the most boring thesis ever.
You're boring.
It's just hard to swallow this movie. When the movie ended, and thank God it's only like an hour and a half long, but when it ended, I was like, I can't believe that's it. I can't believe this is where they're going with it. The ending is so stupid and out of left field and not entertaining or even thought-provoking, but this movie tried so hard to be that. But in doing that, it's like that quote from Kung Fu Panda.
One often meets his destiny on the road he takes to avoid it.
And by the time they want to make a point, they don't really, and they kind of backtrack, and maybe I missed the whole point of the movie, but frankly, after thinking about it for like a day and a half now, I just don't see anything to it. So when a movie is forgetful, I automatically can't give it like a strong recommendation. And being forgetful to me is like the biggest sin when it comes to any sort of art form. I can respect if someone takes a swing for the fences and it totally misfired. M. Night Shyamalan does it all the time, you know?
M. Night Shyamalan.
But at least they tried something. This didn't even feel like they tried, you know? And I can't in wholehearted say go check it out. So do not go check out this movie. It is a not recommend at all.
Don't do it! Don't do it!
So I'm gonna go ahead and give AfrAID, AfrAID, a D. Thanks so much for checking out Mr. Teach Film Preach. If you like this video, make sure you click that like button and subscribe to my channel for more content. Also, while you're down there, comment down below, what did you think of AfrAID? Am I totally wrong and you love this movie and it's like one of the best horror movies of the year? Or do you agree with me in thinking that this is a piece of trash? I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Come back and check out some other video reviews such as Alien Romulus, speaking of M. Night Shyamalan, Trap, and Deadpool and Wolverine. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next film. Stay focused, stay awesome, and as always, let's get taught.